Hey Kate, this is Sarah with the Joyful Entrepreneur and Flourish, and I am going to look over your shop today. You purchased a critique from me a long time ago, and I am just now getting to critique your shop. I apologize for the crazy long delay. I think what I'm going to have to do with these, if I continue to offer them, is just have an opening for them at the beginning of the year and then let people know they will be scheduled throughout the year. Because it's ridiculous. I feel terrible that you've had to wait so long to get this back. But gosh, right before the holidays, I hope that it helps. If you have any questions about what I go over, if you are curious about anything specifically that I mention, or if you'd like to ask me something that maybe I didn't cover, please know that you can send me a message on Facebook anytime, and I will do my best to answer you and get you that information. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. It looks like your business is Rose Monroe Design. Great name. Love it. It's beautiful. Celebrate the little things is your tagline, which is a really cute tagline. The word celebrate is a positive word. It makes people feel good. When you say the little things, that kind of has a context of all things matter, and the fact that you do baby clothing, that really ties it all together. So I really like that. As far as your branding goes, it looks, it's pretty. I really love this font. That's gorgeous. I think if it were me, in my business, I think these two would be different colors. I think that I would have a little bit of an accenting font, as far as the color goes. I think that with it all being one color, it kind of gets lost. Like the name doesn't really stand out over the tagline. You also have the tagline a larger size than usual. So it kind of I wouldn't say it overpowers, but it does compete with your name. So I think that this being such a beautiful font and so fun, you really want people to remember Rose Monroe Design. Like that is the point of branding, is to get these, to get your customers or followers to really get familiar with you and your brand. So I think if it were me, and again, I'm just hitting on branding really quick. I think I would have this be a different color, perhaps even a rose color would be beautiful. And then if you wanted the metallic gold, maybe have that just a tad bit smaller, and maybe not such a big space in between the two. Also, I think there's a little bit of a disconnect between the graphic logo. I don't know if this is a logo or just the graphic that you're using. It almost looks a little bit cartoony, but your name and tagline is kind of more luxury feeling or boutique feeling. And so there's a little bit of a disconnect there, but this is cute. I mean, it is cute, and it's a onesie, obviously, which is, I'm sure, the bodysuits, which is what you sell. But it does have that, again, that kind of cartoonish feel to me. I think if it were me, again, and I always do try to think about what would you do? You know, like what would I do if I had a business? I think I would take the onesie out completely. I think that I would keep the rose. The rose is beautiful. It makes sense with your name. Celebrate the little things is all you need to kind of say that what you're doing has to do with, little ones, things like that. Also, what happens if, as you progress and as your brand grows, what happens if you decide to get into something else? Or even if you still do what you make, but let's say you also get into some adult things. You don't want to turn off people just by showing a baby bodysuit, right? So I do think there's a little bit of a disconnect there. I think your branding would be more powerful. It would be more recognizable and have a greater impact if it was just simply the rose, beautiful Rose Monroe design, maybe in a rose color, or maybe a darker, just a little bit of a darker pink or a mauve even here, with a little bit smaller tagline and getting rid of the bodysuit. You could see a beautiful rose right here, like this, but just bigger here. I think that would all really tie it well together. Now, these are just my opinions. I do not particularly think that that is necessarily going to make you lose business. I think your branding is beautiful. The colors are beautiful. The fonts are beautiful. So I'm just thinking, again, if it were my shop, with my experience, what I think would work better, would attract more people, would be those little tweaks there. So just food for thought. Okay, let's look at this line here. So you've been in Flourish for a while. I'm sure that you're kind of going to be familiar with the things that I am speaking about, but I'm just going to kind of go through them. You know, kind of quickly. Again, if you feel like you need further clarification, please know you can reach out to me. This line is so important. And it's funny because a lot of Etsy sellers, they don't even know, right? And Etsy, under the dashboard, or where you would fill out the information to create your shop, they call this line a tagline. Well, what's cool is that if you have your tagline here in the banner, you don't have to put a tagline here, right? You want to put keywords, and you're doing that. You have baby bodysuit, children's tees, matching sibling shirts. That is phenomenal. Excellent job there. So I love that you have that, because remember, Google really pays attention to that line. Like, its algorithm has 3 priorities when it comes to an Etsy shop. 1, the shop name. 2, this line right here, which Etsy calls the tagline. And 3, these shop section titles here. We'll talk about those in a minute. So you're doing a fantastic job there. I wouldn't change a thing. This is wonderful. You have a picture of yourself. I love that. I know a lot of sellers like to put their logos there, but the whole reason why people are buying on Etsy is to support and buy from an artist, from a designer. They want something that's not store-bought or mass-produced. So it's important for you to show yourself there. So good job there. These are the featured sections. This section should change roughly every 2 months or so. You want to have what is coming up, what's seasonally appropriate over the next month to 2 months. So it looks again like you're doing a great job here. You have football, because football season's starting to get going. You have Halloween, boobies and bows. Love that. You have the pumpkins going on. Oh my gourd. Phenomenal for, you know, the fall season. You have the nice color schemes. It's nice and balanced. I love it. So you're doing a fantastic job here as well. I do want to touch on this space right here. So, you know, the announcement doesn't get much love, does it? I mean, honestly, I'm not exactly sure why Etsy kind of uses this space for that. I think it's a great concept, but the fact of the matter is, when we're talking about e-commerce buyers, they don't pay attention to this section. They very rarely click on the read more section. So you're going to have probably half, maybe even more than half, that won't even pay attention or read this or even see it. They might scroll quickly, right? They're going to go from pictures to pictures. But those that do see it, I would utilize this space the best way that you can. If you have your own website, your own URL, which I believe when I went to your shop via the link from your profile on Facebook, I think that it redirected me from your URL. So you may already have one and just have it pointing to your Etsy shop. I absolutely would create, if you're not prepared, sorry, let me back step a little bit. If you're not prepared to have a full website built, that's okay. You know, life is busy. Things get overwhelming. You know that I and Flourish advocate for handmade sellers to have their own websites. It's uber important to us to get that across to our members. I can't stress how important that is. But I do realize that there are times when it's appropriate to get that started, and there's times when it just needs to kind of sit on the back burner. So if that's the case for you, I still would recommend you trying to create at least a landing page. And the reason why you want to do that is you want to start collecting email addresses. It's so important for you to do this. So, and I'm sure you'll realize or remember on your Etsy journey, you know, you have ups and downs, and some of them are your own, are under your own control, right? Depending on how you optimize listings, depending on what products you have, how you have them priced, what the photos look like. But a lot of the times it's out of your control because it's simply not your platform. It's Etsy's, and they can test and pick and choose what they want their viewers to see at any given moment. So you're really completely out of the loop when it comes to that. So having an email list, and that is a list of people that love your products, they love your brand, they want to support you, they've bought from you before, and they you know, hope to continue to buy from you in the future, or perhaps they're looking at your stuff and they're interested in what you have, but they haven't quite bought yet. Either way, it's a list of these people that basically in some way or another have told you yes, right? And at some point, at some touch point between you, your business, and them, they've told you yes. So being able to market to these people in a kind of warm, intimate way and not spammy way is a great way for you to build a base. It's a great way for you to get out on your own. And these are things that you can do when you have your own site. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. It's going to take time, but it's something that if you start now, you're going to have all of these names, all of these email addresses, and that will help you when you're ready to launch your site, or when you're ready to do something exciting like launch a collection or have a Black Friday sale. You know, it's your own group of people that you can market to. So I highly recommend you try to make that a priority. Now we're going to the holiday season. I understand if that's just not possible, but at least please write it down or have it in the back of your head to create a landing page, to get a landing page created. That's one page. And it can have, you know, shop now, a button that says shop now, which takes them right here to your Etsy shop. But it can have that pop up, you know, join our VIP list, or join our group of insiders and get the, you know, early discounts and sneak peek views of our new collections. You know, whatever verbiage you want to use. You want to make it sound important, and you want to make it sound exclusive and desirable for people that are interested in your product. Anyway, when you do that, you can simply say that here, you know, visit our website at www. and the link to your shop, or the link to your landing page to join our VIP list and get 10% off your next purchase. You know, something to that effect. If you are not ready to do even that right now, then you can utilize this for them to join you somewhere. So please check us out on Facebook. We have lots of fun. Or, you know, follow us on Instagram, blah, 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 blah. Now, yes, down here, your social media sections, actually, you don't have it here. That's weird. You should have your social media buttons here, which you don't have. So people could do it that way. However, it's better, I think, if you mention it here. You know, just do a call to action. You know, join our Facebook group, or, you know, follow us on Instagram. Tell them something to do and have it there. And again, half the people won't see it, but those that do matter, right? Okay, so we're already going on 14 minutes. Normally my critiques are like 15 to 20 minutes long. Because you've waited so long for your critique, I'm going to make this more of a coaching session inside of a critique. So, you know, we should have another 30 minutes-ish of this probably to go over. Okay, down here, 67 items. That's a great amount of items. I love when I see sellers, you know, with items in the 100 range. I think I think when you have that amount of products, it kind of speaks to you as a business, right? It kind of, as a business owner, like a bona fide legitimate business owner, I think when I go into shops and they have like 10, 15, 20 items, I just don't take them as seriously as I do with shops that have, I would say, between 100 and 200 items. Now, on the other hand, shops that have like 400, 500, 600 items, and specifically speaking about handmade shops, I start to have a little trust issue there, right? Like, how can you have 400 or 500 items? You're supposed to be a handmade seller, etc., and so forth. Let me pause this for a second because hang on just a second. Okay, sorry about that. My dog was scratching at the door. I think if they have an overly huge amount of items, then it starts to take away from that handmade coziness, right? Like, then it almost seems like they're a factory, and that's kind of not what you want to get to with your customers. But I mean, you have 67, which is a decent amount. It's not too much. It's not too little. I think it would be great if you could get up there kind of around 100-ish. But don't do that if you're just putting things in to get to that number. I don't think that there's any magic number that's going to make any shop better than another. But I think if you stay in the range of, 60 to 120, I think that's a good range to be in. So, I mean, you're doing great there. All right, let's talk about this for a second. So do you see, first of all, fantastic job of organizing these. You have it from the smallest to the longest, as far as character-wise. It looks nice. It flows nice. This is the issue. Google, remember, we talked about Google in those three places, right? There's the shop title, then the tagline, and then the shop section titles. Those are the three main ones that the Google algorithm looks at when it's ranking Etsy shops. So you want to really pay attention to these areas and put targeted keywords in there. So IVF what? Is it IVF shirts? Is it bodysuits? Is it gifts? Is it custom designs? Whatever it is, I would be a little bit more targeted in here with your verbiage. Holiday what? Preemie what? Adoption what? So I would put tees in here, or t-shirts, or clothes, or baby clothes, or baby tees, or bodysuits, or whatever it is that's best for you. Shirts, you could say shirts. And I would put those into this section. So, and this also does help you on Etsy also. So, any time that you can get a little bit of more of a targeted keyword in, it's not a bad thing. All right. We're going to scroll down. All right. You got issues here. Okay. This is your about section. Your about section is uber, uber, uber important. And I know that there are other coaches out there that say, you don't need to worry about it. It's just kind of a fluff page. And, or they'll say, people don't really visit there, and, that's fine. And they're right. It could be considered fluff. And there are, I'm sure, many people that never visit the about section. However, there are two main reasons why you want to have a full and totally tricked out about section. Okay. One is Etsy came right out and said that they will give sellers a slight bump in ranking if they have full and robust about pages. So you're missing half of your about page here. The about page is in two sections. The first of which is a slideshow of photos, 5 to be exact. You could put photos or videos. You could put a video in there, which would be uber awesome. I have just realized I'm using the word uber a little too much. Let me try to think of a new word, a new descriptor. So you want to put 5 photos, okay? These photos should not be of your product. These photos should be of you creating, you in your workspace, you sitting at your table and applying the vinyl or sublimation. I'm not sure what you do quite yet. You designing at the computer the designs that you want. Perhaps you and your family together, or you and your pets. Maybe photos of all the materials or the tools that you use. You might say, well, why does this matter? Well, because it adds value to what you do. I can go to any store, almost any store nowadays, and I mean even discount stores, and find the same darn thing that you sell. So why am I buying it from you? Why am I even shopping on Etsy.com? I could be on Amazon, I could be on Walmart, Target.com, eBay, I could be anywhere. Why am I on Etsy? Why am I in your shop on Etsy? Is it because of your amazing SEO and I just happen to find you from Google? Perhaps. But usually people that buy on Etsy, they're Etsy shoppers. They want to support small businesses. They want to hear the story. They want to know the story. They want to give a gift that's unique, that's different, that's not mainstream, that's not something that everybody else is out there buying for the same person at the baby shower, right? And any bit of information that they get on the product that they're buying that makes it unique, different, handmade, one of a kind, whatever, makes that gift then more valuable. And it makes the story more valuable. And so now the person that is either buying it for themselves or receiving it as a gift may even treasure the item or treat the item better. They might take better care. It now becomes something more valuable. It's almost like a keepsake instead of just a disposable thing that's mass produced that they buy from everywhere else, right? So how do you do this? How do you achieve people perceiving the value in your products? Well, you have to show them. This is not like you have a store and you can welcome someone into your shop and kind of chit chat with them and they'll be asking questions like, how did you get started? Or this is so cute. You can't do that online. So you have to utilize the sections that websites or web platforms or online marketplaces give you to do that. So this is a great space to do that. This is why I love video here. Having a video in this space is awesome. Now, some people aren't super comfortable with that, and I totally understand. If you're not, don't worry about it. But if you can do a video, and this can either be you just simply talking to the camera, sharing your story, sharing what you're passionate about, what inspires you, or it could be you actually creating something where you could put music to it and you don't even talk on it. It could be maybe a work in progress type video. You know, but even if you can't do the video, at least include those photos. And don't throw one picture up there and say, okay. No, put all 5 in there for sure. All right, it's these things. You say celebrate the little things. Well, it's these little things that will make an overall difference on your page. So then you have a decent amount of text. I like this. You have it broken up well. Very nice. Now you're also missing down here before shop members and after the about section should be your social media, like basically where to reach you at. Let me go to another shop. Let's see. Let me go to another shop where I can show you. We'll go to Jen's shop. So be it handmade. This is Jen. She is another flourisher. I'll just show you. See? No, these are her about pictures. So it actually shows her sewing. Again, you know, that makes an impact when you see photos like that. There's her actually creating, her in her room, her craft area, and her story. Okay, see where it says around the web? And you can click on this. See this, if you click this button, it actually shares it to your Facebook. You can pin it on your Pinterest or you can tweet it out. But this is to let people visit you, follow you, fave you. So you want to put these links in here. And you can put your website. And once you get your landing page set up or your website, you actually can put it in here. And it is the only place on Etsy where you can have a clickable link to actually go to your own site. But Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter, your website, your blog, any of that right here. It's clickable. All right, let's go back to you. Okay. So that was the about page. That's good. Now let's scroll up. All right, we're going to talk about pricing. Your pricing looks really good. It might look to me a little low, but I have high expectations of pricing for handmade sellers. I'm sure that you know your market really well, and this may be what is common for the market on Etsy. $14.95 for a personalized or custom made onesie. I think it looks great. It's a good price point. It's under 15 bucks. Great price point for a gift as well. So I think you're great. You're great there. Oh my gosh, look at this adorable baby. Boob man. Big little, so cute. Your phone's probably blowing up right now on notifications. All right, so your pricing looks good. Wouldn't change anything. I think it's boutique style pricing, which looks great for your specific product. Let's talk about photos. So first of all, I am a big advocate of modeled shots for anything babies, okay? Because it sells. I mean, it sells. You look at this cute little squishy face and you just want to buy this. You don't even care what it says. You want to buy it just because the baby's so cute. Believe me, I know. I'm a mom of 3. My littlest is 6, which makes me very, very sad. I mean, it doesn't, because I love watching her grow up, but I knowing that I'm not going to have little squishy faces just bums me out. But, you know, I'm not that bummed. I do have 3. I'm very grateful, and I can travel with them now, which is super awesome. But I love their little faces. Okay, so absolutely what you want to do here is kind of what you're doing. You don't need to have all of your photos modeled. Just having some is awesome, and have them sprinkled in throughout your shop is awesome. As far as your other photos, your flat lays, I'm actually pretty impressed. I think that your lighting is pretty decent. It looks like it's a soft lighting. I think it shows the graphic really well. I like kind of the shirt at an angle. I think that's nice. They also look they don't look all wrinkly and stuff like that. So I think that is nice. The background, I actually kind of like. I like that for the wood background or the paneling is the lines are not real prominent. They kind of fade into each other, so I do like that. I like that the brown is more of a pinkish color, it has more pink hues than yellow hues, which I think is great for the white to accent the white shirts. You know, overall, I think you want to stay on brand. And again, if you can get this greenish onesie kind of out of there, and just have maybe the rose a little bit more prominent, a little bigger. Again, that rosy color I think is going to be carried through with this more chocolate, like a light chocolate brown. It has, again, the red tones. It doesn't have the yellow tones. So I think that will all flow well. And so let me show you what I mean by that. I'm going to take you to... whose shop? I'll take you to Gail's shop. I always go to her shop. People that watch my critiques are probably really tired of me going to her shop. But I just love her and her stuff so much. She does a really good job with consistency throughout her branding. So now she's a jewelry seller, nothing like what you do. But, and she's a Flourish member also. Shabby Cottage Adorned, because beauty is in the detail. Now, see, her branding automatically sets the tone of what you can expect. It doesn't necessarily say that she does jewelry. It has something to do with adornment, though, and beauty, but it gives you this soft, romantic kind of, maybe even Victorian feel. And then that's carried through into her icon. And then if you look at her photography, and these are some new photos, so I'm not particularly speaking of those. But if you look at most of her photography, that same coloring, that same feeling is carried throughout her photos, right? You got the pinks and the greens and the blues and the cream colors. She's using her background, still looks very that romantic, Victorian, feminine feel to them. you know, it's really on point with her branding. So that's kind of what you want to do with your shop and your photos as well. Now, again, if you can get the onesie out, you have a nice big pink rose. You have Rose Monroe design with a little bit smaller, celebrate the little things. Have that ran throughout here with the flower here. And then you pick up these pinks, these pink tones in the browns that you're using. I think it'll flow really well. I also think perhaps maybe it looks like you have a lot of black and white design, which is great. And I know it's popular, but maybe putting in some of these pinks that you have in like other designs or even purples, you know, sprinkling them in as well, I think would be a great flow to your shop. Okay, so let's look at your SEO for right now. Let's go ahead and pick up a seasonal one. Addison. All right, with a cute pumpkin, super cute design. You have pumpkin bodysuit, fall baby, pumpkin patch outfit, autumn bodysuit, Thanksgiving shirt, fall boho baby, personalized bodysuit, and name. So these ones are always hard, aren't they? Because you can't use the word onesie or onesies. So we're going to use bodysuit like you have here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to check. I don't know what you use for your SEO, your keyword research. You might use the Etsy search bar. You may use Marmalade. You might use the Google Keyword Planner, maybe Etsy Rank, or perhaps you just guess, or maybe you ask your friends and family, you know, hey, what words would you use to search for this? But as far as Etsy goes, when we talk about the Etsy title, putting in a mix of general keywords and targeted keywords are really the best combination to get the most views. You want to, however, make sure that the words that you're using and the keyword phrases that you're using are keywords that are what we would call a popular search term. So you don't want to put something in that nobody is using to look for a product, because this is how people find you. This is how people this is how you get ranked on Etsy. So we're going to put pumpkin. And as you see, as I start typing in pumpkin, you see these kind of pop up here on the Etsy search bar. This is Etsy's way of kind of sharing with you, hey, this is what we call our auto-populate feature. The reason why we have it is because we like to show our searchers what the most likely term that they're looking for based on our previous searchers. Oops, sorry. I just like knocked over a really big salt shaker. So, you know, this tells you, it's like a cool little hint or tips. So when I type in pumpkin, what this is saying is it's saying that the majority of people on Etsy right now currently are looking for pumpkin SVGs, or they're looking for pumpkin shirts or pumpkin decor, pumpkin spice, right? Pumpkin spice is huge, like it's everywhere. So you could use pumpkin shirt for sure in your search. I probably wouldn't put it first, however. So if I type in pumpkin baby, we get pumpkin baby shower, pumpkin baby. If I type in pumpkin baby CL, I get pumpkin baby clothes, pumpkin baby clothes boy. So those are also wonderful keywords, long tail keywords that you could use that people are looking for. Now you want to be a little bit more specific, right? So you put pumpkin bodysuit, which is awesome. So you got pumpkin bodysuit right here. But if you look, it's really coming up in women's sections. So why don't we instead now do, let's try pumpkin, and I can't see because my, oh, and I don't even know if you can see this. Maybe I should scroll down a little bit here or move this up. Hang on a minute. Move that up a little bit. There we go. Okay. You didn't even see what I was doing. Sorry about that. So pumpkin baby bodysuit isn't being used. And pumpkin bodysuit is, but it's being used for women. So let's look. See, if it were me, I would totally do baby pumpkin bodysuit. But not a lot of people are looking for that. So maybe, there you go. I think I would probably start this out as pumpkin shirt for baby. And the reason why is pumpkin bodysuit is really being used more in a women's capacity, an adult capacity. And they don't really have pumpkin baby bodysuit as anybody looking for this, but there are a large amount of people looking for pumpkin shirts for babies. So if it's for a baby, you know, a onesie or a bodysuit will fall into that. So I think I would probably, if it were me, start with pumpkin shirt for baby. Then I might say space dash space, baby bodysuit. See? Baby bodysuit long sleeve even. See that? Look at that. So I would probably do pumpkin shirt for baby, space dash space, baby bodysuit long sleeve. Okay. Then I probably would do fall photo outfit, baby, or baby fall. Let me see. Hang on. Baby photo. There we go. Baby photo outfits, boy. But I think I'd like fall in there. Fall photos. Fall photo. Yeah, I think I would still do fall photo outfit. Pumpkin patch outfit. Definitely could do that. So, you know, in the fall, when we talk about a fall photo shoot for your babies. And isn't that what people with babies do, right? I mean, especially within their first year, they get the baby in the pumpkin, or they get him with Santa, or they get him with the Easter Bunny. So, you know, I think also doing like a pumpkin patch shirt or pumpkin patch outfit would be a good one too. You have autumn bodysuit. I wouldn't use that. I think that's a waste of a keyword. It's not. And fall baby. Fall baby what? I think that's way too general. Maybe fall baby outfit or fall baby clothes. I probably wouldn't use fall boho baby either. Thanksgiving outfit baby boy or baby girl. That would work too. How about a name bodysuit? No, still in women's. Personalized baby. There you go, personalized baby bodysuit. So, I mean, I think for the most part, you're doing a good job of using the general and the long tail, but some of these are not even being, oh, you do have pumpkin patch outfits. Sorry, I didn't see the patch over there. Some of these aren't being used, like name. That's a waste of space. This autumn bodysuit, waste of space. I don't think that this is the best, most relevant keywords you could have in the front. Probably, oh, I can't use one of these. Yeah, Halloween baby bodysuit. You may want to put that up there as well because that's going to get you a lot of hits right now. So I think just tweaking that a little bit. Use the search bar if you can. It tells you, you know, or Marmalade or any of those other tools, but just use something so that you know, hey, these are, you know, keywords that people are using. And what's cool, even, you know, if you click here and you click the search bar, this shows you what people are looking for, like right now, like today, like currently, which is kind of helpful. So it kind of shows you that people are looking for costumes. They're getting into the fall stuff. It gives you kind of a good idea on what's trending. All right, so I mean, that's really pretty much it. Let's look at your copy. Short, sweet, to the point. I think that's good. It could be a little bit more, you know, a little bit more descriptive in your descriptions, but I mean, you don't have a lot of things to explain when you're looking at your products. Like, people know what they are. You just want it to be attractive. You want to use the verbiage and the words that will attract in people. So, even having a little paragraph like, imagine you're a cute little baby sitting in the pumpkin patch with blah, 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 blah. That kind of storytelling can really help people make that decision to click and buy. I notice you don't have any interlinking here. Interlinking is when you put a link within your description. So I think I would, let's say you had a section in your shop called Halloween shirts, or Halloween outfits, or Halloween clothes, whatever. I would probably down here say, thanks so much for following, for checking us out in our shop. If you'd like to see our other cool, cute, adorable, boo-rific Halloween designs, or Halloween shirts, click here and then link to your specific Halloween category right here within your description. That will help also strengthen your SEO. And then, of course, make sure you're using the same here, the same keywords that you use in your title in your tags. All right, that's really about it. I know it's 40 minutes. Oh my gosh, super long, but I hope this helped. And again, I am very sorry for getting this back to you so late. But I hope it helps. And if you need anything at all, just send me a message. And I hope you have a fantastic holiday season. I can't wait to see more of your holiday designs. So thanks so much, and have a good one. And I'll talk to you, I'm sure, in the group. Thanks. Bye.